Hey guys, I'm going to do a reading. So I was debating if I was going to take on a case because it's controversial. It's got some gossipy elements, but it popped up and it piqued my interest. And I know it's piqued the interest of people. Back in '89, it definitely did. Okay, but as I kind of dug, I'm like, Spirit, are you testing me? Because if I'm not supposed to take it on, I don't want to fucking piss off anybody. What do I do here? But yet it showed for a reason, and you just got to be careful. Everybody's being tested heavy, and even I as a reader am being tested. So I want to do the right thing here. So predicting the outcome of a case would be fine because that is what it is. But if, there's some level of innocence and truth in here, hey, the people are dead at this point, so, but still. But then there's what happened. Let's let the cards speak. I will do my best. Matter of fact, let me get a stone here. I think, I've got a couple. Because I want to do it right, And matter of fact, let's bring an angel over here, because I certainly don't want to piss off anything. I'm going to be that cautious. Oh, yes, this was a gift. It's actually from somebody who, I had to say goodbye to, but it's okay. An angel was found. They had the sense enough to give it. Let's see. I can't even find that one stone. That's okay. I'm going to put the tiger's eye on it. It's a heart, so I'm trying to do it from the heart. But this I got from the Psychic Fair. This is Unity. This is very powerful. It wasn't cheap. But yeah, my Brazil stone is, I probably put it up somewhere. Let me just double check. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get the dice. Yeah, we need those too. I'm not always a fan of the pendulum, because shit bothers, but cards are fine. Okay, so we got, we're doing our best, and I've got good energy, and here, I also cleaned the war room, so I think we can do it right. We just want to be cautious, and taking on a case that is, a big one. We could probably use Kipper for this, because there's rich people involved. We're going to talk about the Menendez brothers case. Oh yeah, this is a big one, and like I said, I know it's somewhat gossipy, but we're in 2023. It's a big year. Okay. And it's a big case, but there were some things that intrigued me that, it's like maybe Spirit wants me to take it on. Because apparently the house that the murders happened in of the parents, we know who the Menendez brothers are. We're going to pull up an article, and I'll talk about why I'm talking about them now. Was actually at one time owned by Elton John and Michael Jackson both. Oh, God, there's that. Okay, I'm a big fan of both. And I'm like, wow, And apparently, Elton John, there was I think he wrote a book in memoirs, and he kind of said Michael Jackson, had some issues, and he loved him as a kid, but, towards the end, I know Michael Jackson got into, the prescriptions, the doctor, he got charged for some things, remember that? Unfortunately, that can happen to musicians. It happened to Elvis, it happened to poor Prince, and it happened to Michael Jackson. It's got to be hard, the pressures and the shit in the music industry. I can completely empathize. It's got to be hard to be strong. Like someone like Madonna, she, strong, still standing, regardless. She's very powerful, though. She's very strong. No, she's still standing. And even that one quote, she said, she wants to be like Gandhi, or I'm okay, but stay alive. And that spoke to me. Like, I know when you speak it out, yeah, I understand Madonna, okay? But the music industry, I know there's lots of YouTubes people look at, and Coolio spoke out about some things. Okay, he was starting, okay, and stuff, but, but people, like I said, you guys, you need to be careful. Who is the good guys and who is the darkness? Don't mix them up, okay? The safest bet, so you can navigate all these stories, don't judge. Golden rule. Love your enemies. Okay, be very careful. Okay, and stuff. And I know some people, they get into the gossip. Be careful. You might be spreading more shit. So even as I sit here, it's like something's calling me to look at the case. Predicting the outcome of the thing, I'm in the safe zone. Just whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But kind of talking about it, was there something going on? Or is it rumor? Let's look at it. Okay, but I want to be very careful. So I'm going to call on, I got the angels. I want, Archangel Michael, Raphael. They're downstairs. I'm bringing them upstairs. I want to get this, carefully. Okay, because we also have claims of someone from Menudo. Menudo, the boy band has, a documentary going on. Peacock, I believe. They've got a tale to tell. I have not watched it yet. Okay, I have not watched it yet. And I have not been watching a whole lot. I just watched a couple things on the recent of the Menendez brothers with someone from Menudo. We're going to talk about it. Coming out and saying, yes, the father, raped him. Okay, when he was in the boy band Menudo, when he was young. And apparently there is claims that this guy was obsessed with Menudo. Okay, they are a Hispanic family. Here's Carlos Castaneda. Go and look at it, Ellen. Okay, because I'm on that path. Okay, he's got a look at it kind of energy here. Okay, so that's part of it. Because it is a real thing. There was my friend, who I show you in the one video with the mermaid, Paula, her sister got in a little mushroom trouble. I hope she doesn't mind. I'm going to leave her name off. And I had to do a little shamanic to help her out. They're Hispanic. Carlos Castaneda is like, go help them. That's a pretty girl. All right, let me go get her. I've read for her before. Whoops, she got a little trouble. Let me do a little shaman journey to get her out. She's going to be okay now. But he's like, I did a little donation to Quetzalcoatl Temple for that one. Oh, yes, there I am. Yeah, let me get a little help from Quetzalcoatl. See, it ain't just a Jesus revolution, okay? I'm also connected to some things, like I know how to do some things, okay? Let me get that. Let me donate a little bit more. I just spoke to reading. Let me make the Quetzalcoatl Temple happy there. Okay, oh, Carlos, yeah, let's go do it. Okay, all right. So, like I said, and you never know what I'm doing. Okay, she's going to be fine. And so let me get that Jaguar. Let me get it out. Let me get her. Okay, you never know what I'm up to. Okay, so this case involves a Hispanic family. And so Carlos is like, I want you to look at it. And I'm like, I want to be careful not to get into gossipy crap. But he's like, I'll help you. Okay, so we're going to do Kipper. But first, let's get an article so we can see what's going on, because we got new evidence. Because I know Menudo is, if people are Hispanic, loved Menudo. I know that's massive, especially when I was in Arizona. I know that's the band. That's Ricky Martin came out of there. Okay, Menudo, beep, that's the band. Because they're, and I know the Hispanic channel, the various Hispanic channels are like everything. And even the one astrologer, I can't think of his name. Man, that one that, everybody said, shut up, he's reading my horoscope, don't you dare talk, that I'll talk about that one again. I have that on a video in here, when he passed away. But anyway, he was very flamboyant. He's like Liberace, but he did the horoscopes. He was an Hispanic astrologer and everything. When he gave the horoscopes, everybody had to shut up. Oh, don't you dare. Oh, you get beat for it if you interrupt the horoscopes. Oh, no, done. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, new evidence in the Menendez case. I mean, it's so much as just the Menendez case. It's so infamous. All right, and there's the Menendez brothers, I guess is a good way to put it. And, and I know some of the photos, can be kind of weird, but let's just, they're mug shots. It's like, why are they smiling? There they are. You guys know who they are. And I know some people like spoiled brats, and there is somebody in the family, they're just spoiled brats. But if there was something going on, for real, okay, this is a big thing. I know if it was happening. Now, of course, nobody is saying it's right, but they've done a lot of time. Okay, so it's a tough one. It doesn't mean they get any money. They just get out of jail, right? So this is May 8, 2023. This is, I want to get a good, let me get a good news source. I don't recognize that one. Not Fox. CNN, let's go. Man, even CNN bothers me. No, I don't even want to look at CNN. I'm irritated with them because of what's his face. Yeah, let's do May 2nd, USA Today. Good enough. Let's try this. Can new Menendez docu-series, okay, there's that too. Remember, I haven't watched anything. I don't want to, okay, I just know there's new evidence. Can new Menendez docuseries, Change Your Mind About the Brothers. Dad Jose was a monster. Now I know this was their claim that he was molesting the boys. Let's just say the boys, because they were like 18 and 21 at the time. That's still very young, guys. I mean, I think of my kids' age, they're older than them. Okay? And I'm not trying to, I'm just saying, 18 and 21 is young. Okay? And, I've got, my kids are 25 and 28 now. They still seem young to me. Though I know they're not, when you're a parent and stuff. Okay, August marks 34 years since two privileged, oh, see, they throw that word in, but they were, young men took the lives of their parents with shotguns in the Beverly Hills mansion they called home. Lyle Menendez, then 21, and his brother Eric Menendez, then 18, fired at Jose and Mary Louise Kitty Mendez several times, including point-blank range to the head. They got shot a lot, guys. Apparently, they were pretty much unrecognizable. So I could see some rage energy involved. Prosecutors asserted the brothers wanted their parents' $14 million fortune, but a new Peacock docuseries, Menendez plus Menendez equals Boys Betrayed, now streaming, explores a defense written off by prosecutors as an abuse excuse. Now, this one, I could see Spirit going if it was going on and nobody believes it, wanting it, but I don't know yet. But this Menudo, band, okay, and I know the music industry, you guys. There's stuff that keeps coming, that, there are those that try to get them to do weird things. That's the real thing, guys. Okay, I know Coolio was starting to speak on things. And then he, had a heart attack. Okay, now I know magic can be involved. Okay, or darkness. That's why, we're trying to be protected. Okay, I know also people can go to the other side and be stronger. Okay, Tina Turner, she was already 83, but we don't need another hero. Oh, she's singing that Thunderdome. I hear you, Tina. They can also be It's Time to Rest. Jim Brown just passed. I'm going to get you, sucker. Dirty mother. Okay. There are some that, they lived a long life, and they're on the other side stronger. The docuseries is executive produced by journalist Robert Rand, author of The Menendez Brothers, and this fellow reporter, Neri Youngclan, which are featured along with Lyle's former appellate attorney, Cliff Gardner. The Menendez brothers are interviewed by phone from prison. Like I said, I have not watched it. I have not watched the Menudo docuseries, but they're both coming out. Okay. Lyle and Eric claimed their father, former executive at RCA Records, abused them physically, sexually, and emotionally since they were young. Rosello, member of the Puerto Rican boy band Menudo, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right, in the 1980s, alleges in the three-part doc that Jose drugged and raped him when he was a teenager. This allegation, and what would he have to gain from it? Okay, I also know, yes, it happens to boys. Even Brendan Fraser stepped forward with a tale. We're all listening. Matter of fact, I need to see that whale movie. Brendan, I love Brendan. But he also talked about how it impacted him. That's, there's fuckery in Hollywood. Okay? Okay, this allegation may help Lyle and Eric petition to overturn their murder conviction. Because it could have been a manslaughter because of an abuse, and therefore the life without parole prison sentences, each currently serving San Diego in exchange for lesser charges. There is also a letter, that was found, that was written, let me just shorten it, 8 months before the murders. One of them wrote, let me see if I can find that part, Attorney Cliff Gardner, who represented Lyle in the 90s, his appeal, says in the documentary that restriction made it worse. And there were certain things restricted because the defense evidence that was presented was so trivial. And we don't hear that Lyle, when he was 8 years old, told his cousin that his father was touching his... Okay, so we don't hear that Lyle, when he was 12 or 13, wrote an essay about a father put on death row for... So even then he wrote an essay. Could he have been trying to speak about something? At that age, writing an essay on something like that would be interesting. Because sometimes think about it. Why does a kid come up with something? When I was, in high school, I did some, because my mom, stupidly had, married someone who was racist. I did articles on the KK. Yeah, I did one on that. I wrote on Malcolm X. And in college, in college I did, and I also wrote on MLK. So she was marrying that. I listened 5 years. She did leave him, but she never was that, and she never reciprocated what he said. My mom was not racist at all. She never, and that was one of the things when I was going through my recapitulation, you could say my purge down, because I had to even forgive that. That's hard. He's dead. I said, yeah, it's kind of like when I was speaking to his spirit saying goodbye. Even though I'll forgive one thing you couldn't do, you couldn't turn my mother. Because my father wasn't racist whatsoever. I never heard him speak bad about anyone. And I said, you couldn't turn her to your ways. You couldn't get her to agree with you. That's one thing you couldn't do. But yes, as a kid, I would write articles like that. Those were my topics, because I'm speaking as a kid because I'm listening to garbage. Okay, when he's listening to music and he's saying shit. The funny thing is he would listen to Bob Seger, and I found out he supported Hillary, and he's more of a in the middle, but he's not racist. And I'm like, yeah, Bob Seger, even him, he wasn't racist, scummy. That's why I like that Shakedown song. Okay, yeah. Okay, so what the point though is I could see a child, if something going on, maybe they're trying to speak or something's on their mind, and that's why they choose a topic. I could see that because the topics I chose was because I had to hear garbage and I couldn't stand it. It was disgusting. As a child, I knew it was wrong and everything. And then later, of course, music and dance. I loved music. And see, my parents had a very multicultural, playlist of albums. Okay, it was multicultural. Okay, yeah, there's that. But yeah, you couldn't turn my mom. You couldn't make her. Yeah, she's blonde hair. She's got those pretty, green gray eyes, and you couldn't turn her. That's too fucking bad, scummy. But it's okay. Love your enemies, forgive, goodbye. Done. He got the raven. It's okay. But anyway, I can understand that. Just giving a point. A child is like, ugh, and they write about something. Okay, especially getting death row, like, ugh, I wish, they're saying something. I can understand that. But I haven't made up my mind. We're going to use cards. That's why I get my mind out of the freaking way, because I don't know. Okay, and then of course, in a call from prison, Eric says that he kept quiet about the abuse. Kids do that because he feared for his life, and he was a man of power. I will say that. Obviously, head of RCA. And he wanted mine. I told my father made it clear to me if I ever told anyone that he would kill me. Okay, all right, there's that. Okay, so and yes, so let's shorten it so we can get to the read. You guys are, some of you, if you're seeing it, may have watched tons on the case. Some of you that are older may remember the trial. Okay, but and the big thing there is, Roy Rossello's. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right because I know it's Spanish. Claims against Edgardo Diaz and Jose Menendez. There is also, I believe that was the manager. Yes, the manager as well as Jose. Okay, the boys. And I know how the music industry, I do believe there's yuckiness in there. There's darkness. And these guys, and I could see, the spirits going, let's talk about it. And it's hard because I almost don't want to watch the the Menudo brothers docu-series, but to be informed, I'm going to, and I encourage you guys to do it, because you have to be, once you're 16, you're out of the band, and they always keep them forever young. There was 13 members total. Oh, that's a magic number. And, there's a lot that went through a lot of bullshit and stuff. I'm not sure Ricky Martin, but, like I said, I haven't watched any of this. This just kind of popped up. And then when I saw who owned the house, I went, oh, shit, that's, it caught my attention. Is it like, little MJ's like, speak on it. But I know that Carlos Castaneda Spirit said, I want to talk about it. I said, okay, you're just going to have to believe me. I'm a reader. And I've been connected to the Toltec path for, about at least 18 years. No, 20. No, when I met Vicky and Della. And I know he's very, menudo. Yeah, okay. His spirit. I mean, I literally just donated to Quetzalcoatl Temple yesterday because of Rosa. Oh, this case is coming. No, Quetzalcoatl speaking. Okay. Okay, let's look at it. So see, there's that. So like I said, when I'm saying Jesus Revolution, I'm connected to that too because of the path I'm on. I'm not Hispanic, but, I do have in the family because sis married, okay, there's that too. Okay, so they're still in the fam. Okay, my nephew, okay, in California, yeah, not too far from there. Okay, and, I am, I learned the shamanic journey thanks to Carlos and his writings. I learned some really cool stuff. I was able to help Rosa. That came before, and then I'm kind of sitting there chilling, thinking about some things because I just got done telling my teach, you need to write, because he wants to write something that might upset his friends. And I said, fuck your friends. Write it. It was a very powerful moment, and he knows I'm right. Matter of fact, I screenshotted because the amount of posts in his group was, when I said fuck your friends was 11111. And that's a lot of posts I've done in the group over the years. And that's my, that was my new account when I bounced back with my mind. I've had it ever since. And I said, you better listen. I screenshotted so he won't forget that when I said that, there you go. Yeah, I know numbers, fucking done. And we're gonna, look at this. So I don't want to read too much, there's a letter that he wrote. There's that was not put in there. He's a kid writing it. Okay. Carlos is like, let's fucking look at it. Because, and I don't know, is this guy really a scumbag and he was hurting kids, including his own? Then Carlos is like, let's show it. And if he's innocent, then we'll see that too. And the big one, could they possibly get let out? Now, because the thing is, they could have got maybe a manslaughter or something lesser and not been in jail. Now, there is also another thing. The Menendez brothers were separated until 2018. Then they came together. Apparently, when they came together, there was no words. They just hugged. No words. Okay, so they were separated till 2018. And I know, some people believe they're innocent, or at least we all know they did it. And I think we all agree they shouldn't have done it. But if they were dealing with that level of abuse, especially threatened that if you ever tell, I'm gonna, okay. And then, but the home, that they lived in, being, oh man, that's massive. That got my attention. But I want to do the case careful, do it some justice. So if I'm going to do a reveal and then try to predict the outcome, okay, I want to do it right. Okay, and I've got everything plugged in right. I just want to make sure. Yes, I'm good. Okay, make sure you guys can hear me and stuff like that. Probably should have tested my mic, but I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. What the fuck am I saying? Have I got everything plugged in? Yes, we're good. All right, here we go. This is the big one. All right, this is a big case. Who knows? Maybe Spirit wants me to do it, so some of you will look at this and then look at, so you believe me. But this is, I'm not sure exactly when the trial is. Like I said, I'm trying not to read a lot. Yeah, I got Ruth on. Okay, so this is Kipper. It does have rich people in it. Okay, it talks about it. Okay, so we got a pathway card popping up in here. And, there's butterflies. Okay, so freedom. A pathway to freedom is what they're asking. Okay, there's more than one butterfly. So, is there family supporting them? Now, I know I saw one who said they were spoiled brats. He's still alive, an old man. But we got the thief. Okay, so, but what is the thief stealing here? Was he sketchy? This is a man, except there is a child here. Now, I do see a child here. Something may have been taken at the scene of the crime there. Let's see, and I noticed we got a man and a woman. That could be there. So maybe something was taken, at the thing, but I noticed, I see what it's saying. Okay, there is a child is taken, but it's a stopwatch. So rarely, even though the child is taking the stopwatch, time, so they did actions, but shit, time was taken from them. In the sense, the kids, I know, but this is rich people, but I see her kind of smiling. They're very well to do, but what they did, it's like, oh, fuck. it cost them time, time in their life. So even though they're doing this to the man, the couple, this boy, ooh, they fucking, it cost them, they had to do time. Okay, so it didn't go the way they confessed really quickly. I do know that. They found, they did. There's a lot of thoughts that have been on this case. This is a thoughts card. Let me kind of show you guys. It's got a woman, especially even the mother figure, but a lot of people have sat there, on the case, but even the mother figure, like, how could she, that's a big one. How could she just let it happen? That would be weird. Oh, see, there's the message. See, there's a letter. There's a couple of them, really. One, a letter that I can't remember which brother wrote that was 8 months before the murder, saying it's happening. You could look it up online. And then there's a message from the menudo band member of the past. And then distant horizons. Okay, this is gone on for some time, but it's coming now. Okay, it seems like, but there's a ship. Is it going to sail them away from this? Yep, there was the woman. I think that's the hard part that maybe stuck in the jury. The mom. How could a mom, this lady, let it happen? That's weird. But, if she's under abuse, and then we got official person. Who's the people, that were running this? It's a big trial. That's the thing, why are they keeping this evidence out? Like the letter he wrote about a guy who was molested kid who got death, okay, when 12 or 13, they're dead, coffin. Okay, so, we know that this was a heck of a murder, but what's overlapping? False person. Now we've got a woman here. Oh, she's a false person. And then we've got a man in a mask behind. It's all false. So, and it's a number 8 card. Woo! That's my number. But one of the things, with the 8, but we're going to talk about some of the stuff here, because that's the infinity sign, okay, that inevitably thing comes down. Now, I'm looking behind there, man, it almost looks like letters like C, M. I do see it looks like a little M. Could that be the M for Menendez brothers? It's real faint. And then a little C and all that. Okay, but yeah, were they being false people? That's the man and a woman, and stuff, and who they projected to be, okay, was, one thing, okay, so, but I noticed, I want you guys to notice something. I have money cards in there, I have fortune cards in there. The only thing I see thief is the watch. A child taking a watch. In other words, maybe what they took from, was time. Maybe they wanted, yeah, and maybe now it's time to look at the case, but I don't see the money cards. Let me just kind of show you as now I'm done looking at the deck. The no money cards come up. I'm just spirit, I'm saying don't read right now. We got the message, we got thoughts, but there's no fortune cards, just thief of a watch, which they really robbed their own self with time. But none of them came up. So I'm not, like I said, I'm shutting it down, not reading. Where's all the fortune cards? Where's like the sudden wealth? That didn't show. Okay, we know they didn't get sudden wealth, but what about the desire for money? I'm not saying they didn't want great fortune, but it didn't come up when I'm looking at it. I do just get, little boy taking a watch. Maybe they were trying to, get free of time. I do have, adjudication. But, the money cards, like unexpected income, didn't come up. I will give that. I've got a few, gift even. But, the final card I did pull just now is imprisonment. It's the last card I just pulled showing that money cards didn't come up, but the final card, imprisonment, does. As the last card going. So maybe it wasn't about the money because the sudden wealth and unexpected income and all that. Obviously they didn't get the money. They went to jail, but I don't see it coming as a motive. Okay, I do notice that. And then that final card, just as I'm saying, I'm not reading at the moment, but that final card I just show, as I'm just saying, I'm not reading, I'm just showing that these cards didn't show, but the final is imprisonment, which we all know they're in jail. So now let's look at it. Okay. Now let's look at it. Oh, I do have the murder deck. What? That's right. Give me a moment. Hold on one second. Yeah, oh, hold on. Unless I can't find it. I know I know I put it somewhere. Give me a moment. Where did I put it? Oh, unless Spirit doesn't want me to use it. Give me a minute, guys. I mean, I do got my true crime deck. Shit, but I might have forgot where I put it. Give me a moment. I mean, I could use that, but unless Spirit's like, don't bother. That could happen. That would be very, well, let me see. Give me a minute. Oh, I know where. Yeah, there it is. Yep, let's do it. Now this one, we know a crime happened. Oh, we're still there. Okay, we know a crime happened. Let's get the murder deck, because this will talk. I mean, I'm not saying they wouldn't want money, but they did confess very quick, and they had a tale to tell. And just because people are rich doesn't mean, as a matter of fact, it happens. Okay, there it is. Killer may currently be in prison for, well, not another crime, this crime. I know Spirit speaking. Killer is in prison. Done. Okay, so it's currently in prison for another crime. I don't know if they got charged with something else, but, you know, they're in prison. Killer is in prison. So we know they're killers in prison. We know they killed. Okay, but did they do their time? Okay, witness may fear coming forward with valuable information. Okay, well, we know the menudo one did. Maybe there's others. Okay, notice that help. Somebody else knows something. Somebody else is a victim, but the menudo man came forward. Victim or victim's family was familiar with the killer. Well, obviously, they are family. The victim's family, yes, of course. What else are we speaking? Victim had a history with the killer. Yes. You know, now I notice, yeah, okay. Notice it says victim had a history with the killer. So obviously there's history. Are they talking about a history of sexual abuse? Cell phone records, well, they would have to be current ones, okay? Because cell phones weren't going on in 89, you know. And spontaneous behavior or mental illness contributed to the crime. Oh, that speaks to me. Let's stop right there because Spirit said stop. Okay, now, as I pulled these cards, what do we got? They are currently in prison. Now, it does say for another crime. Maybe there was something else that popped up over the years. Maybe they got in a little trouble, but they're currently in prison. Okay, Spirit speaking good. Somebody fears coming forward. I believe with the Menudo, you know, band member, they did finally step forward. Maybe they were afraid of, you know, because remember, they still had a manager, okay, and stuff. They have, you know, is there others? Okay, obviously family, familiar, we've got that. Had a history. So could there be a history of abuse? Okay, now cell records, maybe there's some current stuff of people talking, but spontaneous behavior or mental illness contributed to the crime. Spontaneous behavior or mental illness. Bam. He's speaking. Like I said, I brought, you know, I got the angels, I asked the archangels, I got Carlos. I am asking for true information to come in here to the best of my ability. I have a way. Don't let me get gossipy in this read. Spontaneous. So, what does this say? Now, I don't know how long these guns were in there or who got them. Let's look at it real quick. Okay, did they just buy them? Because it says spontaneous and it says mental illness. And obviously, sexual abuse would be a cause. It can mess you up. Hold on a minute. I don't see motive was money. I don't see psychopath. Okay? Like I said, Carlos wants me to read the case. Okay, hold on a minute. When did the Menendez brothers buy the guns to kill the parents? Now, I know it looks like they went on a spree. They're rich. Fuck it. Hold on. When did the Menendez brothers purchase the guns to kill the parents?
According to Town and Country magazine, on August 18, 1989, Eric and Lyle Menendez
2 days before.
shotguns at a Big 5 sporting...
They were killed on August 20th. 2 days before they bought the guns. That's fair. That's not a plan in the thing for months. Now, I know there was a spending spree. They're fucking rich. They're probably, but they only did it 2 days before. What snapped them that said, we got to fucking do it? And 2 days before, went to Big 5 Sporting Goods, got the weapons, and then 2 days later did it. That would be fairly, obviously there is a premeditation, but this is not a plan in the works for a long time. This is 2 days before. Something snaps, but it does say spontaneous, okay? Now maybe, or even sat on, I don't know, let's just get it and we'll just, and then something triggers. But there's mental illness. And mental illness can be caused by trauma because of molestation. So far, I don't believe there is a card in this deck. So, we're going to have to deal with that. Let's look at it. Now we're going to go to Thoth. Now we're going to look at not only, now I'm feeling that the dude, the menudo member is telling the truth so far. I will know that in a minute. But looking at that, looking at the two decks, I don't see money as the big motive. Now they've already got money. They got it. If anything, if money was such a hot ticket, they would wait till they die or move out and because they're 18 and 21. You know what, you would say, why not get your freedom? Well, if there's some weird mental illness because they've been messed over, okay, let's look at it. Look at the defeat card. Yeah, there was a battle. And of course, there could be anger and hatred, if that's going on. Okay, so are they going to get free? I don't know about that. That I don't know because, these, the Hollywood attorneys and judges, And I saw the star card, but yeah, look at that defeat card. Up, childhood, I see that. They've done a lot of time, guys, 34 years. And it's not like they would get rid. They would probably get book deals. You can't sell anything while you're in jail, though. That's one thing. You can't write books and profit off a crime. But when you get out, you can, But anyway, it would be massive if they got out. So we'll see if they get their freedom. But so far, the way that looks, they were mentally ill. They were fucked up in the head. And I'm not seeing money necessarily as a motive. I'm not saying they wouldn't want cash. They were rich. But I'm not seeing that that's the reason they pulled the trigger. That's not the reason. And I think the only thing that they got away with is time they robbed themselves up. It bounced back as time. I don't see the sudden wealth was the motive. No, I'm seeing mental illness. And yes, that answered. That's why I looked it up. Only 2 days before they got the guns. 2 days before. Something snapped in the brothers. That tells me that supports the card. I know it's kind of weird. They're, the one smiling. Well, fuck, that was a long time later. Maybe he's just, fuck no. Maybe I don't know. There's a jail card. Yeah, fuck done. But, the Menudo band member, that, and then the house. What, is there some weird darkness in the house? And I'm certainly not saying Elton John or Michael Jackson said it, but I'm talking about darkness from that damn music industry. Okay. It's a horrible thing, All right, we're going to look. We're going to look at the outcome and what's going on. I might see the Two of Cups or even the Lovers because of the Gemini twins. I know it shows Adam and Eve, but it can also, as it's a Gemini card, represent brotherly love. So we may see the Lovers to represent the boys who are now men. They're my age, really. They were born 68 and 70. I was born in 69. Let's check it out. And if I'm right, maybe some of you fuckers will listen to me about some things. But no, this is, maybe that's my spirit. But no, Carlos Castaneda's spirit said, read the case. And I said, what? Menudo? Oh, shit. I know Menudo. And I saw the success bar, very successful band. Oh, that was the band, many looked up to. Okay, and I have, like I said, I haven't watched it yet. I might have to download Peacock. I don't even know if I have it. I had it as a service briefly to watch that, Casey Anthony thing, and then I canceled it because that's all I wanted to see. But I may have to watch poor Menudo. But I got to go to church today. I'm considering going to church. It's very early, and I don't got much, but I'm gonna make a donation. Hey, if you guys ever want to say thanks, Ellen's struggling. Okay, yeah, do my best not to be a brick in the wall. And I got a Patreon. I'll link it. I got a Patreon, and it's just started. I began it on World Tarot Day. Okay, I'm gonna get some stuff to help get you through the Kali Yuga. But yeah, see, guys, Quetzalcoatl, okay, made a donation, to help someone out, and here's the spirit. Oh, let's talk about this, Ellen. And I said, oh shit, you be Quetzalcoatl, want to talk about, okay. It's just, all right, because there is that in the fam too. On my sister's side, but it's still there. Okay, that's what happened, obviously. Carlos is like, talk about it. Because if this was going on, Carlos wants it revealed. Okay, Carlos. All right. That's the father of New Age. We're not going to argue with him. Because he don't like this shit. All right. So, let's not cut it. Let's cut it. See what's going to happen. So, what I want to know is, truth, of course, what we got. Outcome of trial. Let me pull it up just a wee bit so you can see my hands. Okay, all right, let's go. Oh, there it is. There it is. Bam. Bam. Innocence. Sun card. Okay, so as I say that, obviously they were innocent at one time. But as far as them being just rich boys, because I'm focusing on their spirit, we got the sun. The sun also rhymes with the sun. We got two cherubs. So there was one time they were innocent boys. Yes? And what they're saying apparently is the truth. That this was happening. That's you guys saw it when I read Johnny Depp. He got the sun. Well, they're getting it too. There's two angels in that. Cherubs. Now, I know they're rich and they shouldn't have done what they did. They should have, but you saw it. Mental illness contributed. Hey, it surprises me too. Back then when it was going on, to be honest, I didn't know what to think. That was back in '89. I'd only graduated from high school. I was, I'm going to college trying to make it and fucking work at the mall. Okay, that's where I was. Mom was alive. But they're telling. It looks like they're telling the truth. At least that there was sexual abuse. That's the card. Spirit knows. That's the card. Yeah, the parents aren't. No. I'm focusing on them. Their story. They're telling the truth. They were being sexually abused. That's real. The Menudo also throw him in too. Okay, and I haven't watched it yet, but I just look at him and he has no. What would he gain? Throwing him in, if he wants to say about the manager, but what would he gain throwing in Jose Menendez as being an abuser too? What would he profit? Okay, except I know they got a documentary, but it's real hard for, you got to understand, a man, and this back then was very controversial. Brendan Fraser stepped forward. Okay, it's very hard for a man to step forward and say this was happening because of the shaming that can fucking go on. I think they even, kind of, maybe messed around with, shit, I thought I had lozenges. Messed around with Brendan Fraser. That guy was fucking around, mocking it. Well, fuck it, Brendan is rising. Okay, so it, they're telling the truth. Okay, now I know for sure. That really nails it. I was already feeling it, you guys, as I go in. I don't usually know until I go in. I got the angel here trying to guide me. I also got Archangel Michael Raphael. I want a word of God it. Now, let's go ahead and see what is the opposition. Okay, Well, the thing is, as I look at this, this was done during the no, what am I saying? No, it wasn't. Excuse me. This obviously was in August energy. But yeah, going in kind of a, vengeful Scorpio. No, we know that that's the hard part. Yucky. It was dark. They shouldn't have done it. They know they shouldn't have done it, but they've been in for 34 years. Okay. And stuff. Yeah. Conflict. There's strife, violence. Okay, yeah, there. This is in the hidden area of what maybe people didn't know. Oppression. This is the hidden area people didn't know. A lot of oppression. Like I said, I don't have a specific card for the act. But yeah, strife, oppression. This is hidden. This is what people didn't know. And stuff. Now the covering is the Hierophant and stuff. That for me in a trial sometimes can be a judge. Now sometimes that shows two young men and stuff. So yes, but also we've got a lot of this, Taurus energy too. This is a Taurus card. A lot of this surfaces around that as well. Are we going to look at the case? Will it be judged fairly this time? And what's another thing that we know of molesting boys? I hate to say it. Yep, it went dark, the church. Okay, secrets and stuff. Spirit's coming for that too, but I don't even want to address it. Okay, so there's that too. They'll present one thing and something going on. As a matter of fact, there just was an arrest in some state. Shit, I'm going to have to look it up. 2,000 are being charged for it. So we know even sadly, the church hid cases of this. That's why the Hierophant's showing present one image and behind the scenes is shit going down. Okay, so see, there's that. Okay, the Spirit's coming for that too. I don't even want to look at that. I don't even want to go, look at, is this, let me say, okay, I'll say this. Let me say this. I know, the church is a big one, guys. See, that's why another reason the Hierophant. We know there's the church and we know what happened to boys. And we know all that came forward. That it was bigger than people imagined. And there was just an arrest. I can't think of what. Let me find the state because it's disturbing. I will tell you what I want to say on that. Just as a, human being. And I know that's another thing, Carlos, Mexico. Hispanics hit real bad with that because they're poorer and more vulnerable. What was the recent shakedown? No, we better not do it because it was a shakedown. Give me a moment. Spirit is coming to shake down that too. Give me a moment. What state was the recent arrest of 2,000 people for molestation in the Catholic Church? Chicago. Yep, more than. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Let me correct. 450 Catholic clergy in Illinois. Of 2,000 children since 1950. That's what happened. Okay, so Catholic clergy in Illinois, 450 arrested, 2,000 kids since 1950. There was a big shakedown just in Illinois, it says 5 days ago. Okay, there is a shakedown. Spirit's coming for that too. Okay. And there is prophecy, I'll tell you guys. Yes, that's what I want to talk about. Guiding people through the Kali Yuga. Watch, go sign on my Patreon. I'm going to talk about it. Okay, St. Malachi, who is Irish, said that this would be the last pope. This is what I want to say on it. There is the pope, okay, because Pope John Paul, okay, there is the pope, but then there is everybody under him. There's a couple things here. And let me just give you this, because Dad had to help me with that one. Because I connected to some of he's got some Irish Catholic roots, to help me out. Okay, there's a thing in the church. There's a couple things that scumbag, cardinals or priests, I'm going to say it, use against the Pope. Forgiveness and the confessional. They can utilize that. And that's where you got maybe someone even as high as the Pope in a catch-22. You can't spill the beans on what goes in the confessional. And you got to forgive everything except the unforgivable sin. Okay? Everything has to be forgiven. It's powerful. See, Jesus knows that. Hello. Everything is forgivable. But what goes on in the confessional has to be private. It cannot be. It's part of the catechisms. Okay, so if you got a scummy priest who, for whatever reason, and he's in there and he can do his, please, forgive me, and then you got the other guy, say your Hail Marys as that, because that would go against everything. If they just threw him out and said this is all the dirty guys, the Pope can't do that. That's everything's forgivable. Why? Because Jesus died for everyone. Everything's forgivable except that unforgivable sin, which even there Krishna offers an out. So this is what, so one, trying to hide it from the big guy, the Pope, they do that. I know they do. Okay, and two, they I'm sure there's some in the church. It's so polluted though now that they want to throw them out. And I know, but they got to forgive because of that. And they got the rule book, the confessional. Okay, this is a hard one. If they go against it, they're probably like, well, I'm stuck. Okay, because I got to keep it private, the confessional. What goes in the confessional is not to be spoken outside. That's the big, that's an order from God. And forgiveness must be given. That's also, the Hail Marys and all that. So see, you could say the scummies kind of got him on that. What do? And then maybe somewhere in there, they're like, we're trying to get through to these fuckers. Stop. And there are some they kick out. But yeah, there's the forgiveness thing. Okay, so like I said, I just want to shift perception. Hangman from a different perception, the problem. Why it's a problem. There are those that are using, you could say the ones that are good, and they're doing their nastiness. There's a Jesus revolution coming. Jesus understands that. Okay, so it doesn't mean that Pope John Paul II or even Francis is a bad dude. The problem, you guys, is that there is think of it, this is God. This is Jesus. Oh, he died for our sins. Everything is forgivable. There is also the millstone, though. Okay, there is that. So what would it require? And this could be the reason why Francis is the last pope. It's possible. It would require breaking it all and go and take the scumbags. Would Francis have the balls to do that and then just say, be the end of it? I'm the last pope. Maybe. I don't know. But he's stuck. He's stuck. Even the Pope is stuck because you got to forgive. You do your Hail Marys. You're forgiven, and the confessional must be private. You can't, let me go out and tell on that guy. No matter what it is, unless it's, and I know there's things, but if they X them out there, then it reveals things in the confessional. So do you understand the catch-22 they got the Pope in? Okay? So I just want to give the bigger picture. Yes. So what if, Pope Francis says, fuck it. I don't know. But I do know St. Malachi says he's the last pope. Now, could he be the last pope and they do a whole do-over of the church so that fucking can't happen anymore, that scumbags get away with it, that put on the cloth and take vows? I don't know. But I do want to give you guys that understanding. So it doesn't mean the Pope, I ain't gonna say shit about the Pope. Oh, fuck, no, you're talking about, okay? But that's why it's all fucked up. Is because of that. What are they supposed to do? You're talking about violate this or violate that or say he doesn't forgive when he says, fucking done. Okay? So the scummies, the darkness, take advantage of it. Okay? So, as I say that, Spirit's going to have to work some serious art of war on that church. Okay? That's a hard one. And I'm sure, people, the shakedown. It coming, but it's serious. Okay, but I do know that yes, Saint Malachi prophecy has been powerful, and he is listed as the last pope. Something coming, and my Irish sense knows it. But so let's, when we look at, the popes, Pope John Paul did a lot of good things. The second one. And Pope Francis, he even took the lesser quarters because he's trying to be humble, but he's dealing with a really fucked up organization now. Okay, so as I say that, that is sitting there at the top also, okay, as a thing there, and I guess Spirit wanted that speech into. How people can present one thing, and I'm not sure if they were Catholic, if they had that shit going on too. But I know Hispanics, there's a lot of Catholic shit that can be thrown in, which can be bad religion. But Jesus is coming to clean that up. I don't know how it's going to do it. I don't even want to get involved in that art of war. But I just want to give you guys at least an understanding, channeling that Dad's going, let me explain it this way. And then I was like, because I had to do the Irish Catholic purge down, and Mary is awesome. Trust me. She loves children. Okay? And then I'm like, okay, Dad, I got it. All right. Now let's get back to the Menendez brothers. So, we do have hidden oppression. We do have strife. That's violence, and we've got it. This is hidden, but we got some of that. And something said, let's talk about that. They probably got some Catholic roots in there, okay? And we know. So present the holy man. Yeah, okay, and stuff. But I want to say though, I ain't. We don't talk bad about the Pope, okay? I want you to get a better understanding, okay? He's got the blessing can. And maybe the good good energy want to clean it up, okay? A change is coming. Notice there is two symbols there. That we got the Ouroboros, okay? Sun in Capricorn. Now maybe the trial will be, in Capricorn. We might see it and stuff. But the Knight of Pentacles there, there was, a lot of people are going to say they just wanted to gain money. Okay, but I'm not feeling that was necessarily all of it. I'm not saying they wanted to be poor boys, but we got the Six of Swords. There's science, evidence is really what it's saying. It's we've got the word of someone, but we've also got letter. And if they could get that evidence in that they shielded, like his essay when he was either 12 or 13, that's the big one that wasn't put in there. Oh, the Ace of Cups, love. I do believe the brothers do love each other. Yes, of course, being reunited in 2018 must have been massive. Okay, see, then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I know we would say, no, it's not always monetary, but could things turn around? Except, that's number, no, that's number 10. What am I saying? Sorry, my eyes are playing tricks on me. I know it's number 10. But that is the Jupiter card. They might get lucky. Let's see what we got. 7 of Wands. Okay, their attorney is pretty good. Going on the offense, ready to do it. That's now I noticed there's Mars in Leo. In Leo, we could see it. See failure. They have nothing to gain money wise. I don't even know how he's funded it, but it ain't about the money. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm looking though. But yeah, 10 of Cups. That's about, I've talked about this, the 10 of Cups. It looks like appearances are deceiving, a happy home life. That's what the attorney wants to talk about. Everything's perfect. Oh, we got the whole thing. We got the kids happy. Appearances could be deceiving sometimes. Behind closed doors can be something else. Sometimes that's what the 10 of Cups means. Now let's look at the environment. Okay, so, and yes, Taurus energy definitely had that. But yes, they kind of went in. Bull like a China shop has been kind of a theme. That's what they did, get these guns. We know they shouldn't have done that and everything. The moon, though, I really, as the environment, a lot of things were deceptive. They were being deceptive too at first, but they did confess. Okay, and we got the 3 spilled, the widower card, but 2 left behind, the 2 of Cups. The boys are still standing. Mars and Scorpio energy, vengeance, you shouldn't do it, and stuff. They may have been high on something that night, It was all debauch in the home, but what's the outcome? Oh, the Fool. Okay, we know obviously they leapt in, but I'm talking about the outcome. And stuff, oh God, we're going to possibly leap into a brand new case. And, the Hangman, we're going to see it from a different perspective and stuff. Now, I know sometimes it could be suspended. Okay, and everything. It's probably going to drag for a while. Okay, that's okay. But we're going to see things from a different perspective. I do believe there could be a trial here. Oh yeah, there's the opportunity done. The case with it looks like it's going to take a time. I think it's to drag out. This is going to be a little bit. I didn't necessarily get a freedom card though. Hold on one second. I do got the Bluebird deck. Let's look at it. But a trial, that's what I'm kind of looking at. But, it could get suspended, but there's an opportunity. But we got the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody could luck out and get a trial going. Oh my God. I know that they don't want to do it, but there's some evidence that's compelling. This attorney is on the offense. Oh, you get enough fucking media on it, they'll be screaming for it. Shit went down in that house. That's a house card. That's a fancy house. Okay, and that house, that surprised me. That got my attention. What? Elton John and Michael Jackson both owned it? Oh, fuck. Let me look at this case. Wait a minute. It's speaking to me. But Carlos really spoke. Oh, yeah, there's a snake in there. Oh, yeah, he was a serpent. No. Oh, yeah, here you go. Even the husband and wife, they were fighting. That's the birch rod. Okay. Husband and wife would fight. There was some shit there. He's, I believe, probably abusing her. I haven't watched all the case. News is coming. Yep, we got the Cavalier. Yeah, gentlemen. Okay, that makes me feel the attorney. It feels like of course he wants to be famous. I mean, but still. And so, okay, we're going to stop here. Twitter. Birds bring a message full of cheer. If this card is distant, all is not clear. Whatever the outcome, remain without fear. Woe will be brief when the birds disappear. Now, I notice the songbirds. This is a songbird deck. Twitter. Bluebird. This could start getting a little bit bigger on Twitter. And, he was a snake. So, what is my assessment here? I do get a suspended card. It doesn't, hung up does not mean dead in the water. Okay, so this is probably something that's going to drag. They're going to try to avoid it, but an opportunity is going to present itself. We've also got the Fool card. Leaping into the end. Oh, fuck, we're going to leap into this case again. That was the first. It's probably getting suspended a little bit, but these boys were molested. They're telling the truth on it. They're telling the truth. You saw the cards. We looked first at Kipper. I only see the watch. They robbed themselves a fucking time. With what they did. We got that. The income cards didn't come up. There is a game card, but, of course they'd want to, gain a fortune. I mean, they're rich boys, but when you go in the hidden, I just talked about it. And you saw also even my true crime deck. I don't see pathological. I don't see that. I see mental illness. Oh, fuck yeah. Mental illness, spontaneous. It's pretty close to spontaneous. They only bought the guns 2 days before they did it. Okay? I mean, there's some level, obviously, that would be premeditation, but something went boop in either one or both the minds and said, oh, fuck, it's over. I'm done. Okay? So, that's what I get. I don't see I see oppression and strife. It was a violent act. They shouldn't have done it. No, they should, but if somebody's beat down like that and you got someone of power, as we're dealing with shit like power in 2023, and they're 18 and 21, guys, let's just come down to earth. That's young. Okay, then you've got the shame of it. But the one thing that really gets my attention, especially because, and I know I'm associating, but I know how kids can be. They may pick a topic to kind of speak or get their shit out of them. Him picking that topic speaks to me because I know what a shit I was writing as topics, things about racism, because I was sick of fucking hearing it. But, that's why I said, even when I was going through my own purge down, you couldn't get my mom to fucking agree with you and all your fucking little stupid shit. You couldn't do it. Done. He got the raven. Okay? Okay? I know how kids can pick a topic to get some shit out of their system. Okay, like LGBTQIA may talk about a murder case. There was a young man, Matthew. Oh God, his name is escaping me. At the moment, I may talk about that later. Okay, I remember the one who was talking. No, I don't want to go there at this moment. This is a big one. Okay, I know that case. Okay, that was horrible. We'll talk about that on a later date. So, oh, let's roll the dice. I did get them. But there could be. Let me just see if there could be relevant dates because these are pretty good. Okay, we got Neptune definitely seen from a different perspective. I do get some Libra energy that can represent justice. The way it rolls, yeah, it's 6. It's actually rolling. Oh, it's 7-11 right now. Woo! It's hard to say either June or September because it says 9, but the dot's on top. So I'll leave either number. Could be a big thing where we start hearing some more. But there could be some suspended things, but not taken down. But that fool, we could end up leaping another case. There is an opportunity. Okay, so but that's what I get. I get it happened, but the menudo kids tell the truth, and so are the boys, who are now men. They should have done it, but since it was happening, should they, at least in my field, should they be released because they've already done 34 fucking years? Yes, I think they should be. Believe it or not, I think they should be. Murder is a horrible thing, but so is that. And 34 years is a hell of a long time. They were just reunited in 2018. That's a big thing, separated that long. They should be let out now. Enough is enough. It's not like they're good, and sure, they would tell a story and all that stuff, but no, it happened. I hate to say it. I put down everything. I channeled, I centered Carlos. I donated to Quetzalcoatl Temple. That's in Mexico. And, and I'm not sure, if they're Mexico or another. I think they came from Cuba. Excuse me. But that's still Hispanic. Fine. Carlos is like, who cares? I'm from Brazil. So yeah. Yes, that's what Spirit reveals, and we'll see what happens. But there is opportunity. Could be seeing a case that leaping into the unknown. Oh God, here we go again. Now it didn't reveal, freedom, and everything, but an opportunity. But there is the Wheel of Fortune. They might luck out. There is that, the Wheel of Fortune. They could luck out, and I'm not. Wheel of Fortune is not necessarily a monetary card, guys. You might just you might spin lucky. That's stuff. They got a good attorney. Let's see what happens. Have a good one.